Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Relate and Elevate, and I'm very excited to have this family here with me today. Do you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Jose.
I'm Nayeli.
And Kelly is also there. Yep. Hi, Kelly. Well, first I'm going to start off by saying that I'm very, very super duper excited because they're the first ones who ever contacted me to say that they want to be on my podcast. So I was really, really excited. I was like, yay, I have fans. People actually listen to my podcast and not just me and my husband and my family. So thank you. You know, it's a great way for me to know that everybody's stories are getting out there. So we're going to start off with a little icebreaker. What is your favorite food? Or do you have a favorite food in common?
I think we both like pizza.
Yeah, it's pizza.
And
sure.
she likes pizza too.
Yeah, she loves pizza now.
Where's pizza?
Do you have like a specific place you buy it at?
Yes.
Or specific toppings?
It's called Red West Pizza, and we usually get the Mexican style pizza.
Yeah.
That's what we get.
Ooh, what's that? What's that?
So it has chorizo, jalapenos, onion, sausage, olives.
But you always get the.
But I always take out the olives and put bell peppers instead.
Yeah, we add green peppers to that all the time because she loves green peppers.
What is your favorite color?
My favorite color is purple, but I love...
Yeah, you can see it right here.
It's my maroon burgundy.
Purplish.
Purplish, but I think I like wearing red more.
Oh, look, Lorenzo's here too. Say hi. Hi, Lorenzo.
Come look. Come look.
¿Puedes escuchar, Lorenzo? Yeah.
You hear us.
Jose, what's your favorite color?
Favorite color is I like to wear just gray. I think I know gray is not really a color, but for video and stuff, I kind of like slight pink and hot pink. I don't know why.
You like to wear pink in videos?
No.
Or you like other people wear pink in videos?
No, I said for like my video style, when I use the colors, I like using pink and whites, like hot pink and white.
Okay.
But for like wearing colors, I kind of go with gray, more neutral.
Oh, okay. What's the most recent book you've read?
So I don't really read because I'm always on the road. I'm always doing something. Most of the time I just listen to books because I don't have the time to read. It's called The Introvert's Edge. It says how the quiet and shy can outsell anyone. It's actually pretty good. It gives you a lot of pointers how like to do some selling key points, and it's kind of interesting.
Are you an introvert?
Yeah, I don't like really talking in front of the camera. That's what we started doing the whole podcast thing, because it's like kind of getting out of myself. That's one of the things that's really hard for me, especially telling our story and things like that. And then the next one, I've also been listening to, you probably heard of Gary Vaynerchuk.
Gary V.
Yeah, Gary V. He's got one crushing. I guess it was in 2010 or something like that.
His energy is crazy. It's like amazing. Like sometimes I can only listen to like 2 minutes and I'm just like... You're
pumped, right? You want to do something.
That's it. That's all I need.
Yeah, I've been listening to him, and he's got a good podcast too. I just started some. Yeah.
Yeah. He has really great information, like on everything and anything.
Yeah, I like how real he is, though. Like he keeps it real, 100%.
Yeah, it's hard for me too. I don't consider myself an introvert. I am more of a social person, but I don't know, it has been a little bit difficult, and that's also one of the reasons why I started this podcast, like to put myself out there too.
Right.
Yeah. And I started to do more and more Instagram lives and collaborating with people. But it is hard, and just getting a message, getting a response is like everything. It's just like, oh my God, this is so exciting. There's people out there actually listening to me. Like, you put yourself out there and you wonder. Sometimes there's no engagement. Sometimes there is, but...
Yeah, but there is. Yeah, I mean? Yeah, if you put it out there, someone's like mean to see it, Like you just kind of keep putting yourself out there. It doesn't even matter how many followers you have. That one person that might see is kind of like, wow, like you don't know who knows somebody, and then that might get you your big break, or meet somebody puts you in the right circle. Who knows?
Yeah, and a big break means so many. It's different. It looks different for everybody, right?
Right. Yeah.
And yeah, that's how I started listening to a lot of podcasts.
Yeah, it's fun. It makes things go faster. It makes you think too.
It's like you're with someone, but you're not.
Right.
If you could meet one person, dead or alive, who would that be?
Who would that be? Yourself? Would that count?
That'd be cool. Yeah, I mean, yeah. That'd be cool. Who would you want to know?
Just kind of like the journey, maybe like guide me in the right place, you know, even though like from my experience, I would probably end up doing the same thing just to prove myself wrong, even though I was trying to warn myself. I don't know.
So tell us something that only a handful of people know about you.
I was like in middle school, like I had like a buck tooth, like my tooth would stick out like this, and yeah, kids were mean and bullying me, and nobody really knows that because I think it was like such a short, you know, course, middle school through high school, and it's like, yeah, you know. Just
one, not both.
It was just one. Yeah, all my teeth were all messed up, and yeah, it was just one. It was really bad, and kids were mean because of that. I think nothing people know that. Did you know that? Until recently, right?
No, I knew about it because your mom mentioned it. But it was just funny how he's like, write that. We had to write about our childhood, and he's like, write that I was a shy, buck-toothed kid.
Because it kind of ruins, like, I think that's part of it, because I think it kind of ruins your
confidence.
Your confidence, yeah. You're kind of like, oh, you feel like this buck-toothed kid, you know, with pimples, and then you're like, you get shot down a little bit, I think.
Yeah. So, Nayeli, if you can meet one person that are alive, who would that be?
It would probably be my mom's mom, so my maternal grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
I met her father. Yeah, Grandma. I met her father when I was younger, but my grandma passed away before I was born. So I just kind of want to see. I don't see my mom and my grandpa, so I kind of want to see if my grandma's a little bit more like her, or if that's why she's the way she is, or I don't know. It's just, I guess I thought about that a lot. Like, I don't have grandparents like in my life. I never really did, so I kind of miss that whole like growing up with the grandparents or.
Yeah. So how do you self-identify?
Self-identify? Well, I'm part alien. I'm kidding.
You can identify as alien if you want.
No, I'm Mexican American. My parents are Mexican. Are Mexican. And I was born here, so I guess Mexican American, that would be.
That's what you would use, like that's what you say, I'm Mexican American.
I mean, you just say I'm Mexican because, I mean, it really doesn't change anything. I guess cultural identity is like what you identify with. Like, you know, I guess I am Mexican. I think that's why, like, when I started dating Nayeli, it's like a lot easier to connect with somebody who understands your culture. Because then you can be like, you like cumbias, or like kind of understand the same shows. You talk about Chavo del Ocho, or like, you know, Kiko, and, you know, all that stuff that's funny. And somebody else that didn't live that culture would not understand that jokes. You know, sometimes like, when you say things in Spanish, what they mean, you try to translate them to English, they don't mean the same thing. And then it kind of loses value in it.
What about you, Nayeli? How do you self-identify?
Mexican. I was born in Mexico, so I'm still very much feel 100% Mexican.
But do you really? Because you're.
Well, I was raised here. I came when I turned 3. I came here. So for me, I don't really remember much about Mexico, like growing up there. But I think like a part of me is still very like, yeah, I grew up here and this is all I kind of know, but like my roots are, like, I don't know, I never have to like, oh, I'm American.
But your parents are very like, they like all like every single holiday, like, right?
Well, we're not anti-American,
No, I'm saying no. Like every holiday, like even the Mexican holidays.
Yeah.
Like they celebrate like it says de Mayo and all that thing.
This is
Oh no, wait. No, the 16th of September.
Mexican Independence Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're really big about that.
Yeah, see, you guys do that. Like, parents don't even celebrate anything. The best holiday, Halloween.
What does cultural identity mean to you, Nayeli?
I don't identify people from like what their culture is. I kind of just see everybody as an equal. I don't really focus too much on it. Like I know there's people that are very like, oh, where are you from? Where are you this? Kind of trying to categorize you or...
Yeah.
So just like...
Yeah, when people ask me, where are you from? I say, oh, I'm from the San Francisco Bay Area.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're like, oh, okay. And then other times they get kind of upset. Like, no, like I'm asking you, like, where are you from?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, people always ask me too, like, I didn't think you were Mexican. Or like, they always like, you don't look Mexican. It's like, I was like, yeah. I see it somewhere. It's like...
I've gotten asked if I was Indian before, and I was like, no, they're like, are you sure? I'm like, I'm not Indian.
I'm sure my...
Are you really sure? Like...
No, my parents knew.
I was like, I mean...
You gotta
yeah, me too. I've been asked if I'm Persian. Switching gears over to talk more about your business.
I'm the creative.
Our business is Milestones of Love, and we do wedding videography. But we're not just limiting ourselves to just weddings anymore. We really want to work with branding people's business. So like small business or even big businesses.
In reality, I kind of like seeing the whole videography process. Like no matter if it's a wedding or whatever you film, it's like that person putting a book together where it's like you can just throw words into it. It's not going to be any good. You know, you have to go in and polish it. The narrative and then the narration, like the way you tell the story. That matters.
You're basically doing project managing.
We're doing it all.
Yeah, you're managing a whole project from start to finish. And you know, as a creative, because it's very, very creative what you do, it's also very important for creatives to deliver something that's like up to your standards, right?
Right, yeah. It matters a lot. I think that's the biggest part where you have to see it come through and it's like good enough.
Sometimes just saying, oh yeah, I'll create a video for you for this many hours and it's going to cost X amount of dollars is... Sometimes people want to hear that, but it's not. It's like you said, it's just a big misconception. I think there are videographers out there that do that.
Well, that's
right?
insane. You put X amount of hours. I mean, I'm saying like if I show up and you're like, look, I'm going to film your thing. I want to give it like the real like kind of like touch to it. Where like take it all across to the finish.
Editing takes a really long time. I never realized it since I started doing these podcasts. However long the recording is, it takes me 2 to 3 times as long to edit it to get to the finished product. Not including the time it takes me to email, correspond, and, you know, set up time.
Right.
It could take me like 5 to 6 hours for one episode. Yeah, I can't imagine video editing because there's so many more factors to consider in video because there's the picture, the audio, the lighting, the music, the background, the intro, if there's text, and
yeah,
you know.
And audio fluctuates from scene to scene, so you have to make sure from scene to scene it's all like leveled.
How did your business vision come about?
Did a lot of video stuff before. Like I worked in a production studio and I know I wanted to do something regarding photography and video, but I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. I knew how to do something with that, but at first we started doing family photos. I think I got a taste on the wedding because my friend was doing photo for weddings and we did a style shoot. I started working under her and she was kind of directing me how she wanted the videos done. And I didn't really like that vision too much. It's like I wanted to do my own videos. I wanted to shoot videos and do videos that you haven't seen before, like kind of like towards my liking.
What do you mean videos that you haven't seen before? That actually goes into my next question I was going to ask you. Like, what
Well,
have you identified any gaps in the industry?
I noticed a lot of the times where, especially like kind of going back to like the Mexican culture, where like I always heard people telling me every time I did their weddings or like their wedding videos, like, oh, I don't want it to be like my quinceañera, because quinceañeras are really like drawn out, boring, and it's just very cheesy and lame.
Music.
And and people still kind of want that sometimes, I feel. I mean, with weddings, I mean, sometimes like, oh, I want the super long edit. It's like, dude, trust me, you don't want it. I can give you something that's fine-tuned and beautiful, and it's like, I know it's 5 minutes, so I can do like, different types of edits, but kind of we specialize in the 5 minutes. And people think they're cheated by 5 minutes, which is 5 amazing minutes of the best stuff. I think the reason why I got more into like doing weddings and quinceañeras, like with my skills, I can do something better, I think. I shot a quinceañera, and that was a really cool project because they actually gave me the whole leadway to kind of just like, here, you do it however you want. Like, we trust you, and I made a really nice piece that like, I don't think even to this day I haven't seen anything like that for a quinceañera. Like,
how long was the video, your finished product?
It was 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very detailed, so like when you're watching it, it's like keeps like taking to this roller coaster of like emotions and feelings, which is really, really cool.
And what do people think when you say, when they say, oh, we want to hire you and we're going to pay you this much, and then the end result, the end product is a 5-minute video? What do they say?
I let them know beforehand, but they always seem like it's too little for them. It's like, oh, but I want the whole thing. It's like, oh, I can do the long thing, but then they want the short 5 minute because they think the 5 minutes takes 5 minutes to do. And the 5 minutes takes me longer than a full edit. That's how crazy it is. Mm-hmm. So for me doing a longer edit, I can do a long edit with no problem, but to me it's just like you're just getting the generic same old thing that you always get for quinceañeras or weddings. Don't you want this amazing piece? And 5 minutes is not 5 minutes. It takes way longer than doing a full edit, and people trying to get that gap, like people understand that it's very, very difficult.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I've never really liked watching videos like those long 1 to 2 hour wedding videos, party videos, quinceañera videos. I can't sit there and watch it for that long. Like, I would rather watch a 5-minute video so that I could relive the memory in the moments.
Yeah. And
it kind of highlights the best parts of the night, and then I'm reliving it, and it's bringing back my own perspective. But to sit there and watch something for 1 to 2 hours,
yeah,
I'm just getting a flashback of like my aunts or uncles or grandparents pulling out the big VHS.
Oh yeah.
Like in the big camera, big camera that they would put the VHS in and like to record it, and they take it out and put it in the VCR, and
right.
I'm just like,
Nayeli still has her quinceañera video. She has 2 tapes, right, babe? Mm-hmm. She has 2 tapes. One that her friend shot, and then another that a professional videographer. So she has 2 different versions of the same quinceañera. So I have a way to capture that stuff, but I mean, we kind of been kind of limited on time. But I really want to sit there and like pop both of them in, and then try to re-edit this into a 5-minute clip. To say, can you re-edit this old footage into something that's kind of watchable? At least that's kind of my.
If you do that, that would be a great service to add to your business.
But that's harder. I mean,
I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of people out there who want to relive their wedding or the quinceañera or whatever, but they don't want to sit there for 1 to 2 hours to watch it. They want to just relive it in 5 minutes.
I think I can edit my own stuff, but I think editing other people's is a lot harder because I don't know which direction that we're going. Because when I shoot for a reason. So like if you ever saw my raw footage, it would look weird. It's like, why is he turning left? Why is he only shooting for 2-3 seconds or 5 seconds? It's like, there's a reason for everything that I do, but I think it'll be a little tough editing other people's content, I think.
How has your cultural identity affected that in running your business?
Like being Mexican and trying to work with other people who are like also Mexican, I think is just the whole old school way of thinking. it's hard to get that across. Where like, hey, I'm trying to do something different and cooler, but at the same time, like they don't see the value in that, I think.
So you're basically just a new type of videographer.
I think you just want to take a different approach to it. I think it's just like, that's what I was telling the Yelly today. It was like, I wanted to make it better from the stuff that I was seeing, because I saw quinceañeras were just bad, but that's the thing. In the end, it's hard to sell it. Where I tell them like, look, I'll give you this 5-minute video, but we can also edit different parts. The way we shoot is that we shoot a lot in order to shoot those 5-minute pieces, but we can, in the end, we can do different types of edits.
That's one of the struggles is explaining to people how your videos are different than the traditional ones.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And so how easy or how difficult is it to get clients?
Well, it's easy to meet with them, but actually getting that across, that's the hard part, I think.
Mm-hmm.
When you tell them like, look, I'll make this amazing piece, but they don't see the value in it, I think. They just think
because they're focused on time.
I think they're focused on time, and it's like, they think that like, oh, how many hours are you going to be there? What are you going to give me? Are you going to give me a DVD? And I tell them like, look, DVDs are 20-year-old technology. Nobody uses that crap anymore, and they get upset about that. Like, I don't do DVDs. I'm sorry. Like, look, we all live in the days where like Vimeo, YouTube, thumb drives. Everybody has a thumb drive, and every TV now has a USB that you can pop in, and like live with the new days. Or kind of like, I'm not gonna use old dinosaur technology. Even my editing software doesn't use DVDs anymore. Like, why go there? Why am I gonna create older? I mean, I think we should move with technology instead of moving backwards.
That does seem like a big disconnect. Like, they're very outdated in their technology or in their perspective of videography.
I think that's a good point that you're bringing, actually, because I didn't even think about that one, where the people really are outdated as far as like wanting old school technologies or like the old school way. I think that's the way. I think that comes down maybe to culture. Like, that's how it's always been done, and that's the way it is, I guess. That might be it. I don't know. They don't like change.
This whole like technology is kind of just bringing up a whole topic that I never even really, I never really thought about ever.
Yeah, I'm very tech. I like a lot of tech. That's my thing. And
did you have any formal training, videography, production training?
Before?
Yeah.
Slightly in high school, there was a video production class that we had. The editing software wasn't there yet at that time. Mac kind of had it. And that's kind of where I kind of started practicing, like, but it wasn't there yet. I mean, to render like a 2-minute video would take forever. Like, technology wasn't there yet.
So all of your experience you've learned pretty much just on your own?
I showed myself some of the things, kind of like the ropes a little bit, but then when I started working in the production studio, I already kind of knew how you can actually use video to kind of import it to the computers. I kind of learned at the studio to kind of learn how to import movies into the computer, like going more into the technological way. It was like a real, like, kind of going to school.
So what's Nayeli's role in your business?
She does all the stuff that I'm not really good at, like kind of dealing with the clients, emailing back and forth.
Well, I mean, that's the best partnership, is find someone who is great at doing the things that you're not good at.
Yeah, she's good at networking and connecting people. Like, that's what she's good at. She's good at social media, like, kind of like just working on the technical part, making sure like my movies are following all the way through from shooting to like editing part. Like, I like doing all that. And if I was doing like all these other jobs, like, it kind of takes away from like getting my movies done.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's wearing all those hats kind of like alleviates a lot of that.
How easy or how difficult was it for you to find what you needed to start your business?
It feels like we always need something. It's always like it's like starting
information or people or money or material.
Well, I think more people would always be my thing. People, money, resources.
Like people as in like clients?
It's just like figuring everything out. I think it's time, time is a really valuable asset that I feel like I don't need to sleep in order to get all my work done. You always need something, I think. Like, it feels like we're always kind of getting there,
Yeah, you get to the next step and you're like, oh, you get to like the next stage and you think that you're there, but then it opens up a whole new world of...
Right. It's like you never get there. So I don't think you're like, that's part of the journey, I think. I don't think you're ever supposed to feel like you got there because then you probably get comfortable. Yeah, it seems like everything I learn, I think I can get all the way through. I mean, with like doing video, there's sometimes like at first I didn't have all my tools. I didn't have everything I needed, but I was able to work with the tools that I had at the best I could to make them the best. And
well, I mean, to me, that is a definition of an entrepreneur.
Right.
Doing the best that you can with what you've got to make it work and get it done.
I think it's like you never stop learning. You never stop experiencing. It's like just when you think you got to that level, it's always another one, like you said.
You talked a little bit about about the technological tools and devices you use in the videography part. What about the technological tools you use to run your business?
I mean, we use social media, which is Instagram. We moved out of Facebook. Nobody uses that anymore, apparently. That's... I think Instagram's like the way we go now.
Honeybook.
Oh yeah, we use Honeybook for all of our bookings. Like it gets funneled. Pretty much what we want is people to go through our Instagram or find us whichever way they want, Facebook, because we're on all the social medias anyways. They find us through our website. So through our website, they go in, and the website has a contact form. That contact form is linked up to Honeybooks. And from Honeybooks, we can just kind of start it off from there. We send a questionnaire out first to get to know them a little bit, because we want to know what their project's about, if their wedding is, when is their wedding, when are they getting married, where it is, because they can say we're getting married in space or something. And we're like, wow, how does it take the trip up there?
It has to be a good fit it has to be possible for you to do.
Right, and also too that, they also see someone we can kind of agree on the vision a little bit on that and see if we feel each other. If I could have done something differently, I think that's a really hard question, because I think I need to be where I'm at right now. It's kind of crazy, because I think it's like where I need to be. It's like everything I've done is kind of like where I need to be. If I'd have done something differently, I think I probably would have started my business earlier. I think I shouldn't have waited so long. Maybe I should have just acquired some of my tools that I needed, some of the cameras and everything else, and started little by little building that. Not wait, just go full on.
Nayeli, let's hear your perspective a little bit of.
Okay.
Is there a business that you follow, that you strive to be?
I'm big about not comparing, or not necessarily comparing, but just not looking for something that might not be realistic at the moment. I look up to have you heard of the bucket list family? So he sold the app to Snapchat or something like that, or he created they have good money, or they have good money, but they sold their house, sold everything. They have 2 or 3 children, and they just travel the world. They nothing that they actually own is whatever they fit into a suitcase. Obviously different category than what we're doing, but it's crazy because it just shows you that you don't need a lot.
Kelly doesn't fit in a suitcase.
Oh, that's a really interesting perspective of everything that you own is in a suitcase, and you just live your life and you make a living.
Mm-hmm. Just recently they attended a wedding, and their their caption was like, we borrowed these dresses from, and like dress clothes from either like a local shop where the wedding was at or like from friends. And people were so negative about it. Like, you're a multi-billionaire, whatever, blah, blah. How can you not afford wedding clothes?
But that's not the point, though, right?
Yeah, the point
it's
is,
not
like,
a choice. It's not about being able to afford it or not.
right. Well, I mean, like they said, why would we? Well, the girl was like #priorities. Her priority is not to have dresses because they don't need that in all the places that they go visit. They don't need like a closet full of dresses and heels and shoes and all that stuff. Like they're trying to
Makes sense.
to just show that you could. There's so much that you could do, so much you could experience, so much you could travel with. In a sense, like don't necessarily look for them in a business approach, but just kind of.
Yeah, it's a
like,
lifestyle.
Yeah, like we don't need everything that we think we need.
You don't.
I mean, they make videos, so they do YouTube videos. They put the
does
cameras on the kids.
But does it fit in a suitcase?
Yeah, it's just a
That's
like a
probably
small
how
camera.
they make their living. I mean, they make
Yeah,
a living
yeah.
that way, and then.
Are they hiring?
Just tell Callie to start her own YouTube channel.
I know,
Yeah.
sir.
Callie and the dinosaur. Callie and the dinosaur. Come on.
No, my kids have been telling me for like the past like year or so that they want their own YouTube channel, and I'm just like, I want to do that with them. I want to help them and support them in what they want, but also they're kids. If they kind of also currently follow a traditional, formal schooling lifestyle, like I feel like I would have to change everything. One small little YouTube channel is not going to change everything, but I'm just saying, like, if you're going to start a YouTube channel,
Well,
you might as well get there, right?
I think like most importantly, like I remember like when I was, well, not growing up because I was already older, but the
You're growing up.
the whole beauty YouTube bloggers became a thing.
Yeah.
But it's very like a lot of them were, their parents were well off money wise. Most of them were homeschooled.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they obviously had expensive like camera, camera, laptops. Like I didn't have a laptop until like maybe like a couple of years ago. So it's just
because now you can shoot YouTube videos with your phone. Like you
Yeah.
don't need
it's
fancy
different.
camera.
My niece will show me like these like little girls who they kind of do what's it called? The hauls, like, oh, I went and bought this from this store and over again. I'm like, but you realize it's these like 13-year-olds that are constantly doing videos of just like, this is what my parents bought me, because obviously they're not working for it.
Yeah, and then that actually brings up a cultural barrier as well, because there's the whole like, what community are you coming from? What ethnicity are you coming from? What economic background are you coming from?
Doing a story about us, and I was telling her that the way I bought my first computer, it was so after 4th grade, I was working at the garden every single week, and I used to get paid for that. It was like $20. So I saved my money over the years, and eventually I bought my own computer with my own money, and that's how I started.
How old are you?
Like
He started when he was in 4th grade, so probably like 8, 9. Then he bought it when he was 14. Took him like what?
A few years. I don't know if I saved like.
Well, yeah, you probably didn't save every single dollar,
But yeah, that's the way I did it. But like, yeah, my parents wouldn't buy me a computer. I had to buy my own, and I think that's what gives it more value when it's like it costs you your own money, like your own sweat and blood. You're like, I really didn't like doing gardening, but I think after I bought my computer, I quit that job. I got what I wanted, but saved so long.
So I have one more question. If you had no constraints, would you start another business? And what would it be?
I need a vacation.
You're like, no more business.
I
just
feel
vacation.
overwhelmed. A lot of work. I think if I could, if there was like no constraints, like that means like there's money's not an option, time is not an option, so
No constraint.
I would just get it like I'll start a business just like doing videos of like having fun, just like
the bucket list
like traveling videos, yeah, where like you get to live your life to the fullest, and but I'm sure that will get boring too eventually. You're like, oh, great, another 5-course meal.
No, nobody said.
It would take a lot of 5-course meals for me to get there.
I don't know if you said anything about 5-course meal. I'm trying like.
Someone did my bed again. Jesus.
I like how he associated 5-course meals to traveling.
Right, it'd be like, and it's like, oh, the AC's too cold in my room. First world problems. I'm kidding. Yeah, I think just starting a business is just like, you know, having fun, like just living your life to the fullest, I guess.
I would want to start a bakery business.
Like what? What do you like to bake?
I actually had like a small bakery business with like cakes and cupcakes and stuff like that when I was like early 20s. But it just became like where people wanted to pay the like Costco pricing for cake that wasn't obviously a Costco. Like, I mean, as a small business, you have to buy everything. Like, if somebody shows you cake, you have to go out and buy that specific set because you don't just have it in the back or it's not accessible to you. So it was just stressful. It was fun, but it was stressful that clients didn't appreciate it. And at the time, I think I was still too young to really want to focus on that 100%.
So you would do that?
Yeah, I've always wanted. My mom and I talked about it for a while. Where I was like, "Oh, we open up a bakery. Like it could be a family business. Like with my mom, now my daughter. Like something that like right now I bought my mom a crepe maker, and we want to try all these like crepe recipes, like savory, sweet, like so we kind of like that's our thing. Like whenever I go over my parents' house,
yeah, you love pastry.
Yeah, we love like making like a bread or cake or cinnamon rolls, whatever.
Yeah, when I graduated college and I moved back home, my mom was going to culinary academy to become a pastry chef. And yeah, I would taste your homework. Tell us, where can people find you? Do you have a website? What's your social media accounts? You're located in the LA area only, or are you willing to travel?
I like traveling, especially if it's not in LA. I mean, because I was born and raised here. I want to shoot some amazing other places.
So maybe my kids will hire you to shoot videos.
Come here.
Right? That'll be fun.
In like 10 years after they clean lots of gardens like you do. So what's your website?
It's www.milestonesoflove.com.
It's www. It's www.
Milestonesoflove.com.
Milestonesoflove.com. Yes. And on social media, I know on Instagram you're Milestones of Love as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
do you have anything else? Do you have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, we do use Milestones of Love as well, if you search it up.
Yeah, Vimeo.
Vimeo, yeah, Vimeo is where we actually showcase our work, mainly, which is Milestones of Love as well.
So everything's Milestones.
Yeah, everything's Milestones of Love, yeah. Instagram's where it's at.
I think like Twitter is good if you're...
I think Twitter's gone.
No, it's still... I mean...
You know what? Twitter is really, really popular among celebrities,
right?
And sports celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
Like
and
that's like your connection to celebrities. I think there are some celebrities on Instagram that use it more, but for the most part, if you want to engage with people who seem out of reach, I think.
Or just because they don't want to use like pictures all the time, like they want to be able just to like write like
I'm a visual person.
I know, but for celebrities, the last thing they want is have to put pictures over and over and over. They'd rather just tweet something that they really need.
A picture's worth 1,000 words.
Yeah, but then that picture of
I
a
know,
celebrity
I
gets
know.
reposted and like changed and morphed and edited.
Okay, so I just want to say I really, really appreciate your time, all three of you, Jose, Nayeli, and Callie. I know Nayeli's been with us this whole time. And I just want to say thank you so much for reaching out to me and
Thank you for having us.
yeah, thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for reaching out, and I really appreciate it. And I really, really appreciate what you're doing here and bringing in a new perspective, new up-to-date technological tools to this videography industry. I really, really appreciate it, and I really, really hope that people out there really appreciate it as well. And hopefully you get thousands of phone calls tomorrow.
Right? Yeah, hopefully. That'll be awesome.
And then you'll be booked for the next 3 years.
So then Callie can start working.
Yeah, Callie, when are you going to start holding a video camera? Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having us.